Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Heist. In today's video, I'm going to teach you about some of the hidden mechanics in Tarkov that can help you gain the edge in a gunfight over other PMCs, increase your survival rate, and overall make you a more effective player. Really quick, I stream 4 days a week at twitch.tv/HeistPlaysTV, and if you enjoy the video, hit the subscribe button to get the latest content. Alright, let's jump into it, shall we? Number 1. Animation canceling. When you look at your health tab, you'll notice that each hit point section of your PMC's body is displayed by a health bar. When injured, you use certain healing items to fill these bars back up to replenish your overall hit points and allow you to absorb more damage on that limb before it blacks out and needs to be recovered using a surgical kit. Each healing item in the game has a specific animation that must be performed in order to receive whatever healing benefit it provides, and each item's animation is a different length. Did you know that the animation often lasts longer than the benefit provided? This means that your character will essentially be stuck in a healing animation while not actually receiving any healing, costing you valuable time where you could be healing another damaged limb, sprinting away or toward cover, or engaging the enemy. The way to avoid this is to cancel the animation when you stop actually healing yourself. You can cancel any action besides opening a locked door by pressing your primary fire key or mouse 1. So, in order to more effectively heal your PMC and reduce any downtime that can get you killed, only allowing a healing animation to play for the length of time that it is actually healing you is super important. This is why you'll notice me cycling to my PMC's health tab mid-fight to monitor the healing progression of each limb. This allows me to heal up a limb, cancel the animation before the entire thing plays out, and continue healing the next damaged body part. Depending on how damaged you are, this can save you a ton of time, allowing you to get back in the fight more quickly and keep your weapon shouldered and operational more often. You can also use your PMC's health UI on the top left of the screen to monitor individual healing progression, but over time, you'll naturally start to know how long you need to let any animation play before canceling it. Something to note, this does not work with healing light and heavy bleeds, applying a standalone splint, taking painkillers, or doing surgery, so make sure to let those animations play out if you want to receive the healing benefit. Number 2. The instant reload. Building on top of what we now know about animations, it's important to know how to use the length of your healing animations to your own advantage. In the middle of a firefight, you will regularly fire enough rounds to be aware that you're likely running out of ammo in your current magazine. If you've taken any damage in the exchange, you have the option to heal yourself for the full length of any healing animation you can trigger. During this animation, something amazing is possible. Hitting tab to open your PMC's inventory, you have two options to instantly reload your weapon. While any healing animation is playing, including performing surgery, right-clicking your weapon and hitting reload will instantly install the most full magazine you have in your rig without canceling the animation or its effects. You can also select a specific magazine and right-click install to do the same thing. This applies to all weapons, irregardless of how long their individual reload animations are. So, if I'm running around with a light machine gun and it normally takes a full 10 seconds to reload, but I've taken some damage, I can simply hit my bind to start healing, hit tab, right-click the full magazine, and install the fresh drum without having to stop healing or wait for any reload animation to play out, during which I'm effectively useless. This is huge for active firefights because you can essentially heal and reload at the exact same time. It also makes no noise whatsoever and can throw your enemy off on timing for an intended push, allowing you to be able to engage them when they expected you to be reloading. Number 3. The instant ADS. You're probably aware the ergonomic stat directly impacts a weapon's ADS or aim down sight's speed. Higher ergo, quicker to get that sight picture. Lower, and it feels like the gun weighs 1,000 pounds, and getting on target quickly is much harder. This can often get you killed, especially now that point fire or shooting without ADSing has been drastically nerfed this way. While this has been impacted by inertia, there exists a bug in the game that ADSing out of a sprint drastically reduces the time it takes to shoulder and actually aim your weapon. It's almost like sometimes it completely ignores a gun's terrible ergonomics. This makes the run-and-gun style more feasible using weapons with low ergo, because you can quickly acquire a target out of a sprint and put rounds on them. Try it for yourself offline to see what I mean. Number 4. Packing magazines and searching while looting. You can see by now that using your time effectively in Tarkov is super important. Any downtime is a risk. Looting, in particular, is an activity that effectively renders you blind and useless, and requires you to open an inventory screen, making you a stationary, easy target. Minimizing time searching and looting so you can take what you've earned and leave an area quickly will save you countless deaths. In order to do this, there are a couple activities you can do while searching or looting that will save you time and keep you alive. Immediately after killing a PMC and deciding it's safe enough to search his body, you'll likely have a magazine or two that are not full. This means if you're engaged by their partner or a third-party group, you are less combat effective than you were before taking the original fight, meaning your chances of dying have increased. Your number one goal after winning any fight is to get back to maximum combat effectiveness as quickly as possible. People will often start looting a dead PMC by taking his gun, but my advice to you is for your very first action to be to start searching one of his containers. Whether this is his rig, his pockets, or his backpack is up to you and situationally dependent on what you're looking to accomplish. Are you looking for grenades? People usually keep these in their pockets. Do you need a new weapon plus ammo or meds? People tend to keep these accessible and hotkeyed in their rig. Did he just loot Mark Room a second ago and you rushed in and killed him? The high value loot is likely in their backpack. Whichever container you want to loot first, make sure to start searching it the second you hit a body. When you hit Elite Search, you'll be able to start hitting 2 at the same time. My personal preference is pockets and backpack, since I can usually tell if I want his armor and rig when I come up upon the body, but I can't see in his backpack. During this search, to get back to max effectiveness, you can pack your empty magazines from loose ammo in your secure container and take and move items around all at the same time. This means the flow of looting a dead PMC for me is usually hit search on the first container, begin packing a magazine as it searches, and then take and manipulate whatever items I want from his inventory while making sure to monitor how full the magazine is getting. Oh, and I hope this goes without saying, but never drag and drop items. Take advantage of the default Alt-click to equip item and Control-click to pick up item binds. Dragging and dropping items is the easiest way to get stuck looting and get you killed. Number 5, the silent bag drop. Since the implementation of the weight system and inertia in Tarkov, the fighting has slowed down dramatically. Players often enter a raid already overweight, making more noise and moving slower than if they weren't. Over the course of a raid, players fill their backpacks with loot and become more and more slow. Oftentimes, you'll be engaged at a distance from an unknown direction while overweight, and depending on your situation and how close the nearest hardcover is, this can be a death sentence. It's become a thing in the game now where players will do their best to shed weight and make themselves as light as possible once in a fight to allow themselves to move more freely. Typically, you can double tap Z quickly to drop your backpack if you haven't rebounded. But did you know that you can drop it silently? While this doesn't provide the largest benefit on this list, it's useful in certain scenarios where you've taken damage, but the enemy is pretty close, and you don't want to give away your exact location by playing the bag drop sound effect. In order to do this, simply hit tab while in any healing animation and use the drop item hotkey on your backpack. This will instantly drop your backpack without having to play either the animation or the sound effect. Be careful to make a quick mental note of where you dropped your bag, however. You don't want to be spending valuable time looking for where the hell you dropped all your stuff. This happens to me way too often. Alright, that's going to do it for this video and the top 5 tips I was able to come up with. If anyone has any additional tips, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you have any suggestions for content that you'd like to see, please feel free to shoot me a message over on Twitter or leave a comment here. And if you like the content, think about hitting the subscribe button. My name's Heist, and I'll see you next time.